the central government took two crucial decisions in one go last month. The first one was to scrap the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana or PMGKAY from January 2023. The scheme was introduced at the beginning of the pandemic and provided 5 kg of wheat or rice free of cost on top of already existing NFSA food aid, and it helped millions tide over the pandemic crisis. And the second big decision was to make food grain supplies under the National Food Security Act or NFSA free for 1 year. So for 1 year starting January 1, card holders under the NFSA will not need to make token payments. NFSA beneficiaries, which are Antyodaya Anna Yojana households and priority household persons, will receive 5 kg of grains free of cost now till the end of December. Earlier, the grains under NFSA were provided at a central issue price or CIP. There are about 810 million beneficiaries under NFSA. Since 2013, when NFSA was enacted, the central issue price has remained unchanged. It was Rs 3 per kg for rice, Rs 2 per kg for wheat, and Rs 1 per kg for coarse grains. Now that it has been made free, it is bound to impact the government exchequer. In 2022-23, the government procured 187.92 lakh metric tons or LMT of wheat, 407 LMT of paddy, and 279.59 LMT of rice. Along with procuring food grains, the government also maintains buffer stock in the scenario if procurement falls.
So there are two things to that. One, it helps the government in keeping with its own larger welfare of the society in mind. Secondly, it also helps the government to cut down on its wheat stocks and also the subsidy levels. Now, the question here is that the procurement will have to be continued at the earlier levels. Your subsidy levels will keep on increasing from here onwards, but it might not be as big as with the PMGKY, but it won't stop at 2.5 lakh crore. There is a problem with the grain stocks. Your wheat stocks, if the GKY was extended for another 3 months, would have fallen to a level which was not a very healthy, though it was still more than the buffer norms of March 31st, 2023, the wheat stocks, but it will still not be very healthy.
While the move to end PMGKAY and make NFSA free might have short-lived fiscal benefits, experts say the practice is unsustainable in the long run. In February 2022, the Central Finance Ministry estimated the food subsidy bill for FY23 at Rs 2.15 trillion. However, since PMGKAY was extended for the entire calendar year 2022, the estimated bill now is Rs 3.3 trillion. The good part is that with PMGKAY now completely out of the picture, the Finance Ministry can plan its expenditure in advance for FY24. For FY24, the food subsidy bill is expected to be Rs 2.1 trillion. For FY23, the total subsidy bill for the central government is estimated to be Rs 5.32 trillion. This includes subsidies for food, fertilizers and petroleum. Of the total subsidy, food subsidy makes up 54%. The move to end PMGKAY and make NFSA free will provide a saving of up to Rs 1.5 trillion. At the same time, foregoing revenue from NFSA will incur a loss in the range of Rs 10,000 to 15,000 crores. Although the decision of free food grain is only for 1 year, experts suggest that charging a price for something that has been made free is politically difficult. The government has set a fiscal deficit target of 6.4% of the GDP. It remains to be seen how this particular decision will impact fiscal consolidation.
So far this year, the estimate is that this year food subsidies already reached 3.3 lakh crore compared to a budget target of 2.07 lakh crore. Now the government says that the cost per year will be around 2 lakh crore. However, that may not be the case. It could be higher than that because the cost of procurement and the minimum support price which will increase every year. So while compared to the pandemic years, the government is saving money. However, compared to pre-pandemic times, this is still a sort of an increase because even the subsidized food has been removed. Now it's free for all the beneficiaries. So that is the fiscal impact of this move.
Meanwhile, elections are due in 9 states this year, and the centre's move may tempt other state governments to take similar steps. In December 2022, Business Standard reported that several states such as Jharkhand, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal used to further subsidize the food grains. In these states, beneficiaries received food grains free of cost and not on central issue price. With the centre subsidizing to make food grains free, states will save up quite a bit on their food subsidy bill. On the other hand, state governments will lose their political mileage since free food grain gave them an edge over the centre on political turf. Andhra Pradesh spent 40% of its total subsidy on food subsidy, while Kerala spent a whopping 86%. It remains to be seen how states will make up for the lost political asset with huge savings. However, states can still provide food subsidies for food not under NFSA. The NFSA only covers wheat, rice and coarse grains. If states do resort to such subsidies, it will impact their fiscal consolidation.
There has been several instances and several state governments which, even though the central issue price under the NFSA which the central government is to give is very lower, they even used to subsidize even this 3 to 1 rupees and gave it completely free to the beneficiaries in their respective states. Now with this one single step of the central government, this advantage which many states had, they stand to lose that advantage. The quantity advantage might not be there because the NFSA is just 5 kg per person per month, while there are states like Tamil Nadu which give you more than 5 kg per person per month, that the state will have to procure. But the price advantage which the states used to give as a welfare measure, that has in one stroke center has taken away.
Centre's decision to make food grain under NFSA is a well calculated political and fiscal move. It robs away states' opportunity to make food grains free of cost and also reduces its food subsidy bill. However, in the long run, the practice is fiscally unsustainable. With a target deficit of 4.5% of GDP in the long run, the centre will have to eventually curb its subsidy bill. It remains to be seen how this decision will play out in 2023.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.